strategy to offset some of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently. We have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Tamar and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coon. The white man to go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
All right. Hello, everyone. Grand Rising. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right. We in the building, so let's get into it. All right, everybody hit that like button. I see you, Mr. Elevation. Claudette is here. All right, above all the drama. All right, Charlene is here. Claudette, Lillian is in the house. All right, Nicole, I see you, beloved. Thank you. You said red is my color. I love red. And I also love animal print, in case you all missed it. Animal print with red, okay? All right, Trisha. Okay, Silent D is in the house. You must have a day off. All right, hey, Jeff ATL. All right, KX is in the house. All right, so shout out to all of my loyal royals and everyone tuning into the Queen. And a big shout out to all of my moderators because y'all know they be putting in work. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, before we get into the receipts, let's have a brief word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so don't forget you can purchase 12 Tribes hair oil at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts. You can also find it at Walmart.com. Okay, and don't forget that she sells beard oil for men as well. Okay, so let's get into it, honey, because it is all nefarious out here in these streets. Okay, it is all nefarious out here in these streets, but we're about to talk about it. So first things first, let's talk about this coach who lost his life because he was out here messing around with somebody else's woman and got caught up. And the fool that took him out, well, I'm going to show you all what this fool did right after he was given a bond. Okay, right after they granted him bail, he acted a whole fool. So, man accused of fatally shooting the coach caught with his girlfriend is out of jail days after his arrest. DeCarleon Keyshawn Robinson, who's 23 years old and just has ruined his life, okay, over jealousy. Like, listen, if somebody's cheating on you and you specifically catch them in the bed with somebody and in the residence where you both dwell, just pack your things and leave. It is never worth it to take somebody's life, okay? There's not that much jealousy in the world, or at least it shouldn't be. Okay, just pack your things and leave. Why would you? He's 23 years old. Let me tell you all something. He's going to sit there right now. He's probably thinking, okay, he did what he had to do. He stood on business because that's how the fool is talking. But one of these days, because he's going to get a life sentence probably, and if not a life sentence, he's going to get about 30 to 60 years, I'm sure. So with that all being said, about 20 years from now, maybe even 10 years from now, when he's sitting in that prison cell, he's going to regret the day that he did this and think about all the other things he could have done instead. Okay, people should not make hasty decisions. That's why you have to be in control of your emotions and not ever allow your emotions to control you. That is always a recipe for disaster, because when you are so emotional that you can't, that you can't control yourself, well, logic goes out the window. Do you know how many people are sitting in prisons right now, all because they allowed emotions to take hold? All right. And they just couldn't take what was happening to them in that moment, and they lashed out or they did something nefarious. And now look where they are, either dead or in prison. Okay. You have to think things through. But with that all been said, let me continue. I'm just trying to help because I know somebody in this chat has the same mindset as this man, unfortunately. Okay, so anyway, here's what happens. So he was given bail, right? He's out of jail days later. Now, they say that he was released on bond after being accused of murdering a high school football coach in Birmingham. Robinson faces murder charges in connection with the death of Demetrius Darnell Beverly, who was 39 years old. He was an assistant football coach at Parker High School, and he was also a husband and a father of 3 children. Now, that's interesting. He was a whole husband, but you all up in here with somebody else's woman, and now you lost your life. The shame that I'm sure he's brought upon his family. And his father released a statement saying that he was a loving son, a loving father and husband. He couldn't have been a loving husband, honey. Okay, he couldn't have been a loving husband if this is what he was out there doing. Now, I'm sorry that he lost his life. Surely he didn't deserve that. But I'm just saying, let's call a spade a spade. He was not a loving husband by any stretch. So anyway, Robinson is also charged with unlawful possession of a machine gun. Okay, conversion. A machine gun conversion device. So on August the 18th, Robinson showed up for a hearing under Ahmadiyyah's law before Jefferson County District Judge Candace Pickett. Okay, now the judge stated that the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office had first requested that the suspect be held without bond. Well, that's how he should have been held. I don't know why they gave him bail. Okay, I have no idea. But anyway, but that changed. Deputy District Attorney Joe Hicks informed the court that the District Attorney's Office approved a $150,000 bond recommendation made by the Birmingham Police Department after consulting Beverly's family. That's very interesting. So anyway, in addition, Robinson's $15,000 bond on the Glock switch charge is still in effect. So Robinson was freed on bond under certain conditions, as was reported. Now, this entails not committing any crimes, not leaving the state without permission from the court, promptly informing the court of any address changes, not communicating in any way with the family of the alleged victim, Tara Hall and Antonio Cook, and not having any firearms, and appearing to answer and submit to the orders and process of the court. Testimony was not allowed during the hearing of Ahmadiyyah's law due to the bond arrangement. Now, Beverly's father and wife, among other family members, were present in court. Relatives of Robinson were also present. Robinson is scheduled for a preliminary hearing in September unless he waives his right or is indicted by a grand jury before then. Now, his mother established a GoFundMe to aid with his legal bills, and it raised nearly $5,000 in 3 days. Honey, who is giving money to this thug? Who is giving money to this thug? Clearly, people with the same mindset, I would have to say, did any of y'all donate to this fool? tell the truth and shame the devil. Did anyone in my chat donate to this man's GoFundMe? Okay, nobody's fessing up. All right, just checking, because at the end of the day, why would we donate to him? Okay, he's a whole killer. He could have walked away. He could have just left. Okay, please pay attention. Claudette said not. I know that's right. So anyway, with that all being said, with his legal bills, okay, Robinson's case follows the response of South Precinct officers in Birmingham to a 911 call about a person shot at an apartment complex just after 9 p.m. on August 13th. Police went to the apartment and found Beverly unresponsive in the apartment's bedroom, according to Sergeant Lakita Wade. Now, Beverly's father stated that his son was visiting a female friend and was shot several times with a Glock switch by the woman's boyfriend. He was visiting, all right. Okay, sir, please don't try to sugarcoat it. Now, Beverly was declared dead at the scene at 9:26 p.m. Beverly graduated from Parker High School, where he played football and baseball. In 2020, he returned to his former school as a part-time assistant football coach. In addition to coaching, Beverly was also employed at Children's of Alabama in pediatric psychiatric section. Now, according to defense lawyer Emory Anthony Robinson, the suspect, shared the apartment with his 6-year girlfriend. So she had another man all up in their house. That's asking for trouble. Okay, I'm sorry. Men, let me tell y'all something, and women as well, but specifically the men. Because see, here's the thing. Let me just remind you guys of something. Okay, first of all, men love to say that women are emotional. Well, we are. But guess what? You see, men are also emotional. And in fact, men are more emotional than women. You hear about men doing these sorts of things a lot more than you hear about women doing it. You see, we're emotional, but we're emotional in a different way. Women are emotional as in to say that most women, not all, because some women are 304s, and 304s will sleep with anybody for any reason, for money, just because they need some D or whatever. But most women collectively are emotional to the point that if they're having an emotional attachment to another man, when they're in a relationship, because their man's not doing what he's supposed to do, or he's not paying them any attention or what have you, then that man needs to get on his job, on his job, because once a woman leaves the relationship emotionally and starts finding feelings with somebody else, well, it's pretty much a done deal for you, because that means she's fed up. See, most women are not going to just go and cheat just to be cheating. Most women cheat because they feel like they're lacking something from their significant other, and this other person comes along and gives them the emotional attachment that they desire. You see, that's why they say women are emotional, because men will go and have sex just to be doing it, because that's just what they like to do, because men are freaks. Yeah, I said it. Y'all know you are. So anyway, with that all being said, women usually have emotional attachments. And once they get those fellas, it's kind of hard to reel them back in. But to my point about men being emotional, men are emotional as in they can dish it, but they darn sure can't take it. So if they're out here gallivanting around and, being 304s themselves, well, they sure don't want their woman to do it. So if they catch the woman, this is what usually happens, because they just can't take it. Okay, they're very emotional. All right, so that's what I'm talking about. Well, anyway, so they gave this idiot a bond, and Lord knows I don't know why. But so after he's granted bond, well, here's what he does. He goes straight on social media. Okay, he doesn't go home and sit down somewhere as he should. Okay, Claudette said, no lies detected. Thank you, beloved. I should be a relationship counselor. Leon said, Queen hurt my feelings, because it's true. The truth hurts. I know, beloved, but it must be said. It must be said. Okay. Above all that drama, said they bust the windows out of your car. Well, some of them will bust the windows out of your car. All right. Wouldn't you rather they do that than to do what this man did? Because that's what y'all do. Men don't bust out windows. Okay. They bust out brains. They bust out your teeth. They do those sorts of things. Okay. So anyway, enough of that being said. Barbara said black men don't cheat. I agree. Please stop listening to Charlemagne the devil, okay? Please stop listening to him. Because this black man that lost his life, sadly, was cheating, beloved. Okay, now with that all being said, Pearlie says, speak it, Queen. Okay, I will. Now, so listen, after they gave this idiot bail, here's what he went and did. Rather than going home and sitting himself down somewhere, because that's clearly what he needed to do, and collecting himself and gathering his thoughts and thinking about what he's going to say when he's on trial in court and how he's going to, explain himself and why he did all of this and showing some remorse. Okay, this is what he does. This is what the idiot does. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm pulling up the right video here. Here it
I ain't
is.
trying to keep none of these. I can't take that hurt no more. God is good for real, man. God is, on a serious note, God is good, bro. On God, I knew it though. I can't even count like I ain't know it. On mine, I can't even count. I ain't want to believe it though. You know how it be, bro. Don't know nigga want to believe they be fucking off on them. Trust me, it's going on, bitch. It's happening. On God. Don't ever think this can't happen to you, bitch. I don't give a fuck who you is, bitch. We all fuck off. We all fuck off. I ain't some shit you just don't do. I'm ready tonight. Who first? Who first? Who first?
Now, I'm sorry, sir. You need to have several seats. Did you all see how he was showing no remorse? It looked like he smiled towards the end. Who's first? And he felt like something was going on, but he was clearly in denial and didn't want to accept it or believe it. But did you all hear that? That's absolutely stupid, okay? That is absolutely obtuse. Now they're going to use this against him when he goes to court, when he's on trial, and as they should. Because, sir, yes, he sounds ignorant. And here's the thing. Now I have to ask myself, what kind of man was this coach who was sleeping with? Hold on, you guys, I got to cut this fan on. What kind of person was the coach? Because I'm sorry, but just listening to this fool, just listening to the way he speaks and knowing the mindset that he has, yes, he's an idiot, Nessa G. So if he's talking like that, what kind of woman could he possibly have had? She couldn't have been much. She can't be much. Who dates somebody like that? Listen to him. He's completely stupid. Okay, do you hear how he was talking? Okay, so I'm just saying all that to say this. This coach was messing around with his woman when he had a whole wife and 3 kids. Some of y'all men, y'all will just mess with anybody. Some of y'all men, y'all will just mess with anybody because I know the woman that he was dating can't be hitting on nothing. Looking at him, she couldn't be. She darn sure can't be high value. That's all I'm saying. Where is Kevin Samuels when we need him? May he rest in peace. Sometimes I should have listened to Kevin Samuels. I used to go in on him, but some of that stuff he said was all facts. Okay, Mel says, Queen, these men think with the wrong head. Yes, plenty of them do. Now, this fool right here is going to have a long time to sit in that prison cell and think about what he has done. And I'm telling you, he may think it's all gravy now and he stood on business and all that. But 10 years, 20 years from now, when he's still sitting in prison, yeah, I'm sure when he's older and more mature, hopefully, maybe especially if one of those Muslims gets a hold of him in prison and teaches him something, okay, about spirituality, about discipline and all those things, he's going to rule the day that he ever did this. And that's the sad truth of it all. Okay, Nicole just gifted 5 memberships to the Queen's channel. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. You all shout out Nicole. That was very generous. Thank you, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings. And let me tell y'all something, honey. YouTube is hating on the Queen, honey. Let me tell y'all something. They are not giving me my views. Okay, I guess they don't want to pay me, but it's all good because at least this is not my job. Okay, I want y'all to pay attention. Now, at the end of the day, I had a talk with them because the views that I'm seeing in my studio is not the views that are reflected on my channel. I don't know how they make that make sense. Okay, and they give me 1,001 excuses. But nonetheless, it is what it is. But we're still going to do what we have to do. Nicole said, you deserve the support, Queen. Thank you, beloved. Okay, thank you. Okay, so now with that all being said, honey, that man is a whole fool. Okay, now let's talk about T. Hood. Because y'all, T. Hood's autopsy has come out. And it tells the tale. So let's get into that. T. Hood autopsy. Rapper shot in back in domestic dispute. Police still probing self-defense. So Gwinnett County Police told TMZ that the autopsy report does not reveal anything they didn't already know. Cops say the incident, despite T. Hood getting shot in the back, is still being investigated as a self-defense shooting. Now some people say, how can it be self-defense if the person was shot in the back? Well, that's a good question. How can it be self-defense if someone is shot in the back? So here's the thing. They're also saying that T. Hood had a gun. Let's talk about it. T. Hood was killed in a brutal fashion, shot multiple times, at least once in the back, according to TMZ. Now, according to Gwinnett County Medical Examiner's report, they say that T. Hood suffered gunshot wounds to the back, abdomen, buttocks, and lower right and left thigh. The report says Hood pulled a gun. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. He pulled a gun. Didn't I tell y'all they said he had a gun? Y'all know I stay in Atlanta, honey. Okay, doesn't much get by me that happens right here. Okay. They told me that he had a gun. I really just want y'all to pay attention. And this is what they're now reporting. And in fact, they said that he was laying there dead with the gun in his hand or near his body. Anyway, let me continue. So the report says T. Hood pulled a gun during a heated argument with two other people inside his Georgia home. But someone opened fire in self-defense, killing the rapper on August 8th. It's unclear if the report was in the report who the shooter was. Now, Hood was rushed by ambulance to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. At the time, he had been dating Love and Hip Hop Atlanta stars Kirk and Rashida's daughter, Kelsey. Investigators were originally called to the scene on a report of a dispute between two people at the house in Snellville, Georgia. Police have identified Kai Frost, the son of Kirk and Rashida, as the prime suspect. No charges have been filed yet, and police are still investigating to determine whether the shooter acted in self-defense. But the fact that Hood was shot in the back may complicate that scenario. We also obtained another police report from March of 2025 where Kelsey called 911. So everybody said, oh, why didn't you call the police? And said T. Hood had made off with her Benz and Black Mac Mini following an argument after a night out at the club. Okay, so what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? Let me pull up the autopsy so y'all can get a look at it. Oh, and also, I forgot to read you all the statement about the coach, what they said about the coach. Let me read that. They said, we are heartbroken to share the passing. And this is from the Parker High Athletics, from the school that he worked at. They said, we are heartbroken to share the passing of Coach Demetrius Beverly, a proud Parker alum, student, athletes. Coach Beverly gave his all to the Thundering Herd on the field and in our community. He was a mentor, husband, father, and friend whose impact will live on through the countless lives he touched. Well, may he rest in peace. I'm sorry he lost his life. That's always sad. And clearly he didn't deserve it. Okay, in the wrong place at the wrong time, doing the wrong thing. Okay, now here is the autopsy report. The gunshot wounds, as you can see, that looks like one in the abdomen. There's 3 in the front. There's 1 right here, the lower abdomen. And then there's 1 right here in the thigh. And then these on the back, there's 1 right up here. Then there's another, as you can see, 1 in the buttocks, and then in the thighs. So with that all being said, what do you all think? Self-defense or not? Self-defense or not? Hold on, beloveds. 1's if you think self-defense, 2's if no. 1's if you think it's self-defense, 2's if no. Let me see what y'all talking about here. Okay, 1's and 2's. All right. Well, here's the thing. Sometimes it is hard to claim self-defense. It's a difficult argument to make sometimes if a person is shot in the back, because self-defense requires that the person have a reasonable belief that the person is in imminent danger of death or serious bodily injury, and that the use of force was necessary to avert that danger. Okay, now if you shoot somebody in the back, that can suggest that the danger had subsided because maybe the person was trying to flee, or that the person didn't actively pose a threat at the time of the shooting. So that can sometimes undermine the self-defense claim. But what if the other person had a gun? What if the other person had a gun? Think about that. Because here's the thing. You could be shooting someone, and if they have a gun, how do you know they're not going to turn back around? But let me just tell y'all how it works in Georgia. Now, in Georgia, whether self-defense can be claimed when someone is shot in the back, even if the other person had a gun, depends on the specific circumstances and whether the use of deadly force was justified. Generally, self-defense is justifiable when a person reasonably believes it's necessary to prevent death or great bodily harm to themselves or another, or to prevent the commission of a forcible felony. However, the use of deadly force, like shooting someone in the back, is only justified if there is an imminent threat or of death or great bodily harm. The person reasonably believes that force is necessary to prevent it. Okay, so here's the thing though. Georgia has stand your ground. Georgia has stand your ground. Okay, which means a person generally doesn't have a duty to retreat. If they're not engaged in unlawful activity and are attacked in a place, they have a right to be. You don't have to retreat. Okay? Now, what about escalating the confrontation? Let's talk about it. If the confrontation escalated quickly and the person reasonably believed that the victim was about to turn and use the gun, shooting in the back may be considered self-defense, and that's how he's going to get off. Try to pay attention. That's how he's going to get off. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if somebody pulls a gun on me and I pull my Smith & Wesson and I shoot first, I'm not gonna stop shooting. I'm not gonna stop shooting as long as you got that gun. As long as you got that gun in your head, I'm gonna keep blasting. And even if you turn like you're running, and you know why I'm gonna do that? Because at any point, for all I know, you could turn around and start blasting. Okay, you still got a gun in your hand. I'm gonna keep shooting until you drop it. That's how that works. Okay, so that's why it's gonna get off. That's why it's gonna get off. I'm telling you right now. So at the end of the day, you pull a gun on somebody, you cannot dictate or determine how many times they're going to bust a cap in you if they get to shoot first. That's how it goes. That's how I'm telling you right now. Listen, y'all have seen, and I'm not telling y'all to do that, but I'm going to tell you right now, I believe that's what I would do because you're in danger. You're anxious, your nerves, everything. Can you imagine the feeling of it all? The adrenaline's popping, you're scared, you're trying to be in protective mode, you're in defense mode, and all of that. This person still has a gun. What is your brain going to be telling you? How do you know they might not turn around? We've seen the scary movies. Y'all know we've seen the scary movies, right? Where they try to kill the killer, and they get him down on the ground, and then they take off running, and the killer gets back up. The killer gets back up. So I'm sorry. If you still have a gun, I'm still in danger as far as I'm concerned. I'm still in fear for my life. I'm still scared to death, is all I'm saying. Ty Frost was scared to death, not only for himself, but for his sisters. Well, he's going to get off. That's self-defense. All right. All day, every day, and twice on Sundays. Okay. And then you're up in his house. You're up in his sister's house acting crazy. Okay. Yeah. That's how that's going to go. I'm pretty sure there's not going to be any charges pressed. Now, the family of T. Hood is going to be upset, as they are. But here's another thing. Let's talk about reasonable belief. Okay, so the key factor is the person's reasonable belief at the time of the shooting. If they genuinely believe they were in imminent danger of death or great bodily harm, and the use of deadly force was the only way to prevent it, then self-defense can be claimed. What about provocation? If the person provoked the confrontation, or if they were the aggressor in the situation, self-defense is less likely. Well, he darn sure didn't start it. We already know who the provocateur was. So with that all being said, in conclusion, while shooting someone in the back is a serious matter, it does not automatically rule out self-defense in Georgia. I don't know about the rest of these states, but down here, that ain't how we get down. Whether it can be claimed depends on the specific details of the situation, the reasonableness of the person's belief that they were in imminent danger, and whether the use of deadly force was necessary. Now, the legal process will involve examining the evidence, including the actions of both parties, to determine if the use of force was justified. Let me tell y'all something. Case is closed, baby. The case is closed, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, I showed you all the receipts. Yes, that's right, Leon. Adrenaline rush. Now, I showed you all the receipts and proof that this man, T. Hood, unfortunately for him, Tevin Hood, he has a history of violence. They've alleged that he beat people with guns. They've alleged that the night they were at the club, remember, Kelsey's friend said that he was threatening them and stuff and acting a whole fool at Candyland in the parking lot, I believe. And then when they got home to her house, he had broken in the house. Now, they called the police, but by then he had left. But then they said they woke up and he's standing over them. He acts like the Candyman, okay? Popping up out of nowhere. How'd you get in here? Then, let's not forget, dating all the way back to 2013, a violent incident, family violence, endangering children, beating someone publicly, allegedly, at Glenwood Day. All right? So, with that all being said, anyone who has a history of violence, a history of carrying guns, and just being all around nefarious, being a whole bully, because that's also what he was. He was a bully. So with that being said, I don't think that Gwinnett County Police is going to be hard-pressed to send somebody to jail for taking him up out of here when he, in fact, had a gun and started the whole incident in the first place. Okay? I don't see it happening. And so anyway, may he rest in peace and all that. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's hard to feel sorry for somebody like that. It's hard to have empathy for somebody that does all that. But anyway, now let's talk about this whole situation. Hold on, before we get to Tamar, I want you all to see these two videos. And I need to give a word to my fellow to my Africans. To my Africans. Is Vince I am in here? Vince I am. Is Vince I am in here today, y'all? Vince, show yourself. Vince is my African moderator that I love so much. There he is. Hey, Vince, beloved. Now, Vince, listen. I need you to do me a favor and tell all the Africans that don't like the African Americans they need to sit down somewhere. Because at this point, beloved, now we even have the raccoons amongst us going in on them, which I find absolutely nefarious. Okay? Vince said, I love you, right, Black. Thank you, beloved. So they even have the raccoons going in. Now, I couldn't believe it when I saw it. So I want y'all to see this because it gave me quite a chuckle this morning, okay? And yes, I said chuckle. I'm gonna share my screen, honey. I am going to share. In the words of Rodney King, can we all just get along? I mean, Africans, I love you guys. How come y'all don't love us? I literally love everybody, specifically the people who look like me. Hey, why can't we all just get along? Even the white folk who don't like us, can y'all just be nice? Why can't we all get along? See, what y'all, here's the funny thing. What so many people don't seem to understand is that it is the global elite, the 1% that run everything, that make all the rules. They're the ones sowing the seeds of division to keep us all at each other's throats. They purposely do this. I keep telling y'all, it is America's strategy of divide and conquer. That's why we need to not be doing it. But some of y'all, it's just not going to ever get it. Sadly, it's just going to be too late. Vince I said, I will, Queen, as I'm so tired of them and their insecurity, self-hate, low self-esteem, etc. Thank you, beloved. Somebody needs to tell them. Now, let me just show y'all this video, honey, of a whole raccoon going in. I couldn't believe it. Like I told you. Here we go. Likes up, everyone. Please don't forget to like and share.
All right, can somebody please tell me why these Africans have so many ideas about how to fix Black America and how to fix America, but they can't even fix their own countries? They can't even fix Angola. They can't even fix Ghana. They can't fix Nigeria. They can't fix Jamaica. They can't fix Haiti. God knows they can't fix Haiti because that has been a hot mess for generations. But yet, they come here and they have all these ideas about what America should do for Black people and how America has failed and how America should be fixed and how Trump is bad and how Republicans are bad and how what Black Americans need to do. I will tell you this, Africans, please please go fix your own countries. Please take all of this energy and all of these ideas to your countries. Take them to Haiti, because Haiti's a hot mess. Take it to Nigeria, because I know what's going on in Nigeria. Take it to Angola, take it to Ghana, take it to Jamaica, take it to all of these different places, but you don't want to do that. Instead, you want to come over here, insert yourself into Black American issues, and by the way, use everything that we have fought for and built for to go insert yourself into places, but that quite frankly you have not earned. All right. So the message from this Black American, and my family has been here for generations, baby. I'm not some African. I'm a Black American. And so my advice to you is go fix your own countries before you come tell us about our issues.
He told y'all. Did y'all hear that? This man's a whole Trumpster. Okay, this is a Black conservative who loves Trump, honey. And even he had to go in. I want y'all to pay attention. But hold on. Hold on. Now, I thought that was oh so hilarious. Hold on, beloveds. I'm scrolling. I have a lot of videos that I've been sharing on here. But there's a young African lady. Let me see if I can find this video. I heard saying that Africans, Black Africans, or Black Americans are the center of everyone's attention. They're saying we're the center of everyone's attention. And that might be true. Now, here is an African young lady who also has some things to say. Here we go.
I have a message for Black Americans, even though I'm not Black American, but this whole diaspora war thing, I just had to say this. So hear me out. Hear me out. Y'all need to protect your peace, your attention, and your money. Because it seems like people in the diaspora look for you guys as anger and attention for clout. They really look at you guys for clout. I don't think you guys realize, you guys do realize this because I hear you talk about it, but I'm saying I'm not Black American. I'm saying from an outside point of view, you guys do make things viral. You guys do make things move. And I will say this my whole entire chest. Whatever Black Americans want to be popular will become popular. Either now or eventually it will happen. So a lot of people within the diaspora look at you guys as anger and attention as a way for clout. And you guys give it to them. And that's why I say, please protect your energy. That's literally what's happening with this Tyler situation. You guys said, fine, she doesn't want to carry awards. We'll make sure she won't have any. And now they're mad at you because of that. But I thought Black Americans didn't do anything. I thought Black Americans were lazy. I thought Black Americans weren't popular. I thought Black Americans didn't do anything. I thought y'all didn't make anything move. That's what they said about y'all. But the truth is, again, people in the diaspora know the intensity of you guys' influence. And it's crazy, especially being an African, when I hear other Africans call Black Americans ignorant. But when a white person says the same exact thing towards them, it's okay. I'm going to be honest, a lot of Africans don't know how to step to white people the same way they can step to Black Americans. They have for you, they will not have for the actual oppressor, which is a white person. Same thing for South Africans. The energy they have for Black Americans, they don't have for the Africans in their own home, in their own land, which is insane to me. So again, Black Americans, protect your energy, protect your attention, protect your money, because ours is projected to the wrong things. That's why we're not even helping our own homeland grow, our own homeland prosper.
Okay, so y'all heard that. I thought that was very interesting. Shout out to that young lady for keeping it real. Okay. Shout out to her for keeping it real. And let me just show y'all this, because this too was interesting. Now I'm going to mute the volume on here, but I want you all to see this. Because in real life, They know exactly what she said is all facts. Okay. Now check this out. No volume. Look at it. Look at it. Now where they learned that from? He's getting it too. I am done. Okay, I think I proved my point. All right. I think I proved my point. Now they can sit down somewhere. Okay? And sit down somewhere. Okay, so anyway, let's get into this whole thing about Tamar. Um, oh, actually, hold on, guys. One more video I want to show you all before I go. This right here made me so mad. I want you all to know that there are some really ignorant people who just do ignorant stuff for no apparent reason. Now, this woman right here, I don't know what made her just assault this poor man who's trying to do his job delivering pizza.
Oh, disgusting. Man. How you doing? Everybody knows you. This is crazy.
1 second.
No problem.
Now watch her. You can tell she's just trying to start trouble. Why is she even concerned about him?
You're right. Oh. What's up? Is she good? You can go good? Alright. Let's see it.
It's so obvious she's trying to start trouble. Just look at her.
Why are you taking a picture of me?
You don't like that? You don't like me taking pictures of me?
Why would you?
Because I want to. You stand in front of my door, so.
Stand in front of his door.
Oh, so not? Why are you looking at me?
I'm waiting, man. What the fuck, bro? You dumb?
No.
He's coming.
Oh, so then why are you looking at me?
Oh, well, come on, man.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Come in her apartment. She's so
She knocked the pizza down, bro.
Step inside. Come on. Step inside.
I ain't hit no bell, man.
Step inside. Step inside, bro. So scared. She knocked the pizza down. Step inside. Step inside. Deliver the pizza. Step inside. What you want to do?
Deliver that pizza.
So then go deliver the pizza. Stand here and stay. I'll stand here with you till the door opens. So let's wait for the pizza.
Deliver it.
What an idiot. I would have given her a 2-piece for free. Okay, that's what she would have gotten for me. I would have given her a 2-piece for free real quick. What was that all about? Yeah, she is lucky he didn't hit her. Because you know what? You're doing stuff like that. You want to act like a man. Well, let's get treated like one. Okay? What was her problem? You could tell she was trying to find a way to start mess with him because she kept going in and out of the door and standing there and taking his picture. Let me tell you something, guys. When you see somebody doing stuff like that, beloveds, ignore them because they want your attention and they're trying to provoke you into something. That's what she was clearly doing. Yes, Deronda, a whole fool. My question is, why did the person who ordered the pizza take so long to come to the darn door? Why would they take so long to come to the darn door? They talk about hold on. And then she's sitting there doing all that. Honey, she would have got a whole 2-piece and I'd have been fired. Okay, that's how that would have gone. I can tell you right now. Okay, so anyway, let's continue. Now, actually, before we get into Tamar, I want to save that for last. Let's talk about Monique because Monique is still going. He cost her millions. When you think about it, he literally did. You know, if I were Monique, I would have sued him in court. Okay, because he admitted that what he did was wrong. So that means that he admitted to blackballing her. Okay? He admitted to making her lose work and lose money. I would have sued him in court. That's what I would have done. All right. So anyway, with that all being said, let's talk about Raven-Symone's wife, honey. Because this lady right here, and let me tell you something. You know, Lee Daniels did the right thing. He apologized. He put Monique in a movie. Tyler Perry needs to pay Monique for the money that he has cost her because he's very influential. And just him or Oprah giving the word for people not to work with her, calling her difficult and those things, I feel like she should be paid for that. For absolutely, because they cost her a lot. Okay, now let's get into Raven.
I am literally, no, because sometimes I look at these things and I'm just like, my gosh, like this show, it's called Tea Time with Raven and Miranda. The amount of times that people still ask what I'm doing sitting here is mind-boggling to me. It's like, I started this podcast, not Raven, me. Like, that's why I'm here. People that I think is the person who like puts water in cups, it's like, I am literally, no, because sometimes I look at these things and I'm just like, my gosh, like this show, it's called Tea Time with Raven and Miranda. The amount of times that people still ask what I'm doing sitting here is mind-boggling to me. It's like, I started this podcast, not Raven, me. Like, that's why I'm here. People that I think is the person who like puts water in cups, it's like, I am literally, no, because sometimes I look at these things and I'm just like, my gosh, like this show, it's called Tea Time with Raven and Miranda. The amount of times that people still ask what I'm doing sitting here is mind-boggling to me. It's like, I started this podcast, not Raven, me. Like, that's why.
Okay, where do we start? Let's talk about this because here's the thing. Let's just unpack this whole debacle. Now, she's sitting here saying that people keep asking why she's just sitting there. Why are you just sitting there? What are you contributing to the show? And although she may have come up with the idea for the podcast, girl, absolutely nobody, and I literally mean nobody, would be tuning in if it were not for Raven being on there. Okay? It would be no one tuning in. No one cares what Miranda has to say. No one even knows who Miranda is. Okay? So, yes, she's acting like a whole Karen. And yes, D Major says she sounds insecure. She is extremely insecure. Okay, now if she wants people to stop questioning why she's sitting there, well, then maybe you should start doing something besides setting up the mic, fixing the lighting, and little stuff like that. Okay? I'm sorry, but nobody would be paying her any attention if she was on the show by herself. Nobody would pay her a bit of attention. Okay, Mark Jack said, nobody came to see you, Otis. Exactly. Girl, please give it all a rest. Okay, we are tired of you complaining, honey, day in and day out. Okay, so now let's talk about Tamar. Okay, so days ago, I reported to you that Tamar said that she almost died. She had this incident where she woke up in a pool of blood. She said her teeth were missing. She had loss of mobility. She had fractures to her face and all of that. Her nose was fractured. And she recently got her nose done, if I'm not mistaken again. And so, you know, some people are out here making all kinds of speculations and whatnot. And but here's the thing. And I don't know what happened, but whatever happened, by the fact that she said she doesn't remember and she was out at the club partying beforehand, leads me to think that maybe it was some rugs involved. Now, that's the first thing that she said it wasn't, because remember, when I read her statement, she said the first thing people are going to say, oh, it was rugs. It may not have been rugs. It may have been, you know, some sort of medical condition. But when she went to the hospital, wouldn't they have told her that? You know, like if she had low blood sugar, or she was anemic and that made her pass out, or if she has diabetes and some type of her sugar dropped or whatever. So I don't think it was any of those things. And if it is, maybe she's just not telling. But what I was thinking was, we know Funky Dineva has said in the past that he does illegal substances, or that he had some dealings with illegal substances, allegedly. And with that all being said, word on the streets in Atlanta is that that's how he gets down. Now, that all being said, did somebody maybe slip her something? What I want to first say is this. Tamar needs to be careful of the company that she keeps, because there are people in her circle that I think don't give a damn about her, and Funky Dineva is one. I don't think Funky Dineva cares anything about Tamar, and I'm going to show you why. Now, let's listen to this video that he did where he addressed the issue, and the way he was referring to her, he didn't seem concerned. He didn't seem like he was bothered or worried. He didn't seem like he gave a darn. And also, he sounded like he was copping pleas, like he's trying to explain himself. Why are you giving a whole alibi? Why are you up here copping whole pleas? I have several questions. Now, we know that he and Tamar had fallen out previously. Something about he was upset about Tamar doing a 3-hour-long video or what have you, and he was upset because he was waiting and all of that. But to me, Funky Dineva is a whole hater. Okay, and just look at him. Anyone can see why he's a whole hater. He is unattractive deficient. Okay, I'm not going to call him ugly. Y'all know I don't call people ugly, but he's unattractive deficient as far as I'm concerned. Okay, and with that being said, I think that he has a lot of disdain specifically for Black women. I have seen the way that he talks about some Black women, the way he looks at them and all of that. Tasha K is one. Okay, throwing shade at Tasha K for what? But smiling in her face. This is what he does. I think he's two-faced. I think he's a backstabber. And I think he's shady boots. And I think that he's nobody's friend and that he's not even his own friend. Okay, but so let's go to the footage. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to put an overlay because, honey, I don't need him trying to hit me with a copyright claim. Please pay attention. Now, he came out and spoke on yesterday, and I just have several more questions, like I said. Okay, so here we go. Let me put a little background music.
What green we eating? What he said? With cabbage and cornbread. Now listen, let me just go ahead and get this out the way, okay, before we even get at the top of the show. I don't know what happened to the lady. Okay, for those of y'all that don't know, I'm talking about Tamar Braxton. I don't know what happened to the lady. We went out. What night that was? We went out.
Yes, this is why I switched to injection-free weight loss.
I was eating healthy, working out every day.
Saturday night. We went out Saturday night. We went to the Roof Chris. We ate. We had a good time. She was like, let's turn up for your birthday. We went down to the V12. Shouts out to Vinny and all the people at V12. That's the video y'all saw. Or whatever, with us walking in, them making a whole lot of noise. We left there. We all got in the car together. The car dropped us off at Tamar house. I didn't go upstairs. I went to my car. I went and met James Knox at BJ Rooster, and I came home. The next day when I woke up, I had a text message from Tamar at 10 in the morning that said, can you give me Dr. Heavenly phone number? I didn't think anything of it because people ask me for Dr. Heavenly phone number all the time. And it's typically when people have an emergency veneer situation. I did not think anything of it. People ask me for her number all the time. And then the next thing I know, folks is sending me this thing on the internet where the lady said she almost died and she was laying in a pool of blood.
Why is he calling his supposed friend the lady? Why is he calling her the lady? Okay, that is just shade to me. That is just shade. The lady called me. The lady said she was laying in the pool. Why is he addressing her like that? First of all, it's the shade of it all. He does not like Tamar. Okay, Tamar needs to wake up and realize who her friends are. And he is not one. Okay, he is not one.
And I know some of y'all are going to be committed to thinking I'm lying, and y'all gonna be committed to thinking I'm biased, and y'all are gonna be committed to thinking I'm covering up something. And I promise you, I swear to God on my mother, I don't know what happened. I honestly don't. I don't know what happened. And that's the God honest truth. Now I know for some of y'all, that's not gonna be good enough, but you're gonna have to make it enough. I promise you, on Isaac's life, I don't know what happened. The lady ain't told me nothing. The lady just said she needed Dr. Heavenly phone number. So That's that on that. I hope we can put that to bed. I know what y'all know. I can give y'all a little more details. The lady did say, Q, I'm missing 4 teeth. And then I wrote back, I'm confused. So you just woke up and 4 of your teeth was missing and the lady didn't respond. Okay. So I don't know what's going on with the lady mouth.
Y'all see how he's sitting up here laughing and ain't a darn thing funny about the accident that she had? It's nothing funny about her teeth being out of her mouth. It's nothing funny about her nose being fractured, about her waking up in a pool of blood and not remembering what happened. It is not funny. Why is he sitting up there laughing? This man does not care about Tamar.
That's all I know. If that ain't good enough for you, bitch, make it enough. Okay. Second thing. The second thing.
I absolutely cannot, honey. Please pay attention. Okay, that's all he basically said. Unless he said something later in the video, which I didn't watch the whole thing. I just listened to that first part just to basically hear what he was going to say. And I find it very interesting that he kept referring to her with such shade, talking about the lady. Who does that? He didn't say, I don't know what happened to my friend. I'm very concerned. And she's talking about her teeth fell out. Why do I have more concern than him? And sitting there laughing, what is funny? That's what I'd like to know. Honey, let me say this. I wouldn't be surprised if he knows exactly what happened to Tamar. Okay? Did he slip something in her drink? I don't know him like that. Now, I asked OG Patrice last night, and OG Patrice said, I said, do you think he would do something to Tamar? OG said, I don't think he would. Well, I don't know what to think about him because that was all hate and shade. That was all hate and shade what he was giving right there. Okay? Simo says he has a dark spirit. Yes, absolutely. Gemini said, now can it be Tamar trying to do plastic surgery and come out brand new? Listen, if Tamar wanted to do plastic surgery, which she's already done before, I don't think that would have anything to do with her saying that she almost died and woke up in a pool of blood and her teeth missing. Why would she say that if it didn't happen? Tamar, she doesn't have a problem admitting that she's had work done. So I don't think that's the case. If she wanted to have work done, she just have it done, in my opinion, beloved. That's just me. That's what I think. Okay, Jeff ATL said, why are they still friends? Because clearly Tamar doesn't know that he doesn't like her. Okay, doesn't know that he doesn't like her. Gemini to Butterfly says, sounds like a plastic surgery debut. I don't know. Like I said, I thought she had just gotten her nose done. If she wanted plastic surgery, she would just have it. Didi and Dallas said, I would be surprised if Funky is lying. You mean you wouldn't be surprised? Yeah, I wouldn't either. But let me show you all the video of when they came into the club, because you can tell by this video, because one thing about Funky Dineva, he is petty boots, in my opinion, and it's obvious also to tell that he's a hater who's hating. You can see it in his eyes. You can see it all over his face. You know how some people can hate and they just play it off like they're not hating, they're not mad at you or whatever, but he cannot hide it as far as I'm concerned. Okay? He can't hide it. Darius said he's unconcerned, but if it happened to him, he'd want others to have his back. He has a history of being a bad friend. Exactly. Exactly. So Fly Gemini said maybe she'll wake up after hearing him because clearly he doesn't like her. Exactly, beloved. I hope she does. Mel said he wants to shine on him. That's exactly what it is too. Now let's go to this video, because this is the video of when he was and he and Tamar were walking into the club. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Now look at him. Look at his face. You can see that he doesn't even look thrilled. He doesn't even look like he's having a good time. And you can see the hate on his face. Just watch. Let me go back a second. Look at it. Now Tamar's all happy and smiles, but look at him. Hello, weak RS fist pump.
Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Get my crew beside me, we rise like the tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. I can feel it swirling, but it won't touch me. Going all around, that's how I wanna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights, where trees collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark, can't take my glow. The rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show.
Now watch his face, you guys, and watch his eyes.
The chains, we write the rules, and it's hungry,
see how he's glancing over there at Tamar? He is hating so darn hard, he cannot hide it. And it was his birthday, mind you. They were out because it was his birthday. Ebony said he did say he didn't want to go. Well, he should have stayed home. Okay? He should have stayed home. It was his birthday.
You look these things louder than the lies we scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back.
Look at him right there, like he's totally bored, looking at his phone.
The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
He is so fake, it's so obvious.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading all night, trying to bring me down. Enemies like you.
I mean, I'm sorry, you guys, but he cannot even hide his disdain. Okay? That's right. Leon said, who had a gun to his head? Exactly. D Major says, hold on. They should have actually been playing your song, Queen. I know, right? Dee Dee said he suffers from depression. Honey, he suffers from hate. Okay, he suffers from hating.
I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, rise up the tide. When the storm gets rough, ain't gonna hide. I can feel it swirling, but it won't touch me. Rolling all around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights, where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark, can't take my glow. The rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, we write the rules. In this concrete jungle, with nobody's fools. You look these things louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back.
Totally fake. He is totally fake as far as I'm concerned, okay? So anyway, Sosa said Tamar is so far removed from what she could be. Ebony said you would think it was Tamar's birthday. Right. So anyway, I'm gonna tell you like this. At the end of the day, she needs to watch who she's hanging out with. And I'm gonna tell you something about Tamar though. Here's the thing about Tamar. Tamar needs to stop the putting her business out there in the streets. For one, she needs to stop putting her business out there. She always comes online and telling everybody what's going on with her. These people don't really care. These people are just nosy, and that's just juicy gossip for most of these people. Most of these people don't even care, except for to gossip about it. Okay? At the end of the day, I think that Tamar should start keeping her business to herself, staying off of the internet. All right, that's just what I think. And also, I do feel like Tamar wants attention. I feel like Tamar wants attention. I think that she lacks some sort of emotional support system. I know that she supposedly has a therapist, allegedly, or whatever. And at one point, I do believe the therapist was even traveling with her. But I think that she needs to work on herself and stay away from some of these people, specifically people like Funky Dineva, and stay off of the internet. Because I do think that when people go in on her on the internet, people saying negative things about her, I think that it really bothers her. It wouldn't bother me because I don't give a darn what nobody says about me because I know who I am, honey, and I love myself. The haters can hate all they want. Okay, they can throw shade, say subliminals. They'll never call my name because they don't have the balls to do so. But at the end of the day, I don't worry about what people say because whatever you think about me is none of my business. And Tamar should take on that attitude and stop being worried about what people think about her. And like she always has to explain herself. because she does not. Okay, she does not have to explain herself. And it was another thing I'm thinking too is maybe some unresolved issues from what happened to her as a child. Remember, I told you all she was supposedly assaulted. Okay, so she still probably suffers from trauma from that, and that makes people act a certain way. Okay, that makes people act a certain way when different things happen. I wonder if she has abandonment issues even. Okay, she's had a myriad of bad relationships. Okay, then that last relationship with JR, he was supposedly out there lying and cheating and then using her credit cards to get some woman and him a hotel and all this stuff. It's a lot. It is a lot. And I feel bad for her. You know, Tamar is a Pisces like myself. And y'all know Pisces, we can be petty, but we're strong people. I mean, me, Tasha K, Michi X, we're all Pisces. Okay? Tamar doesn't really act like us, in my opinion. In some ways, maybe, but she seems like she's into the victimhood mentality. And she really needs to get out of that and stand strong and stand firm and stop depending on other people. You know, specifically people again like Funky Dineva. Okay, I think she needs an emotional support system because it seems like she may not have one. And then she quickly calls people her friends, and some of these people are absolutely not her friends. Okay, in my opinion. OG Patrice said your son is a Pisces. Okay, but with that all being said, honey, I just feel bad for her. But she definitely needs to leave Funky Dineva alone because he don't like her. That's obvious to me. He does not like her. Okay, please pay attention. All right. She needs to get some more therapy and just work on herself. That's what she needs to do. Didi said, I thought Tamar was an Aries. No, she's a Pisces. Fly Gemini said, Michi X is a Pisces. Okay, strong, opinionated women. Exactly. Measure Man says, hold on, this chat's going kind of fast here. Hold on. You don't need anyone to validate you. We strong people. Exactly. Exactly. Ha! Leon said his name says it all. Said his name says it all. I know that's right. Funky Dineva. Okay. Didi and Dallas said your son is a Pisces and y'all don't play. Yeah, we don't, baby. We sure don't. Queen Sam said hashtag Team Pisces. All right. Honey, we are petty. We can be petty, honey. We say what we feel and just stand 10 toes down. All right. That's what we do. Okay, so anyway, and haters, you know, they're going to hate. That's how that goes. Now, with that all being said, I'm going to show you guys a couple of more videos, and then I'm out of here until later on today at 6 o'clock. Now, y'all already know what time it is when I come back at 6, right? We're going to talk about whatever's trending as well as Trump. Y'all know Trump is sitting out here trying to, let me tell y'all something about Trump. You all do know that Trump is trying to fix it so that there's not another election, right? One's in the chat if y'all know that. We're going to talk about that later. Trump needs to sit down somewhere, okay? He's just doing too much. So with that all been said, hold on. Let me pull up this video. Trump is doing too much. I got the receipts on him. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. And I want y'all to see this because this video right here literally ticked me off. I'm like, what in the hell are these people up to? Okay, so listen. Okay, so everybody's putting ones. Yes. He said that before he got elected. Ms. Sheila says, yes, he did say, but now he's talking about how he's going to do it. I want you to pay attention, beloved. Now he's talking about how he's going to do it. Above that, drama said he's not trying to go to prison. Well, that's where he should be, if you ask me. Now, this video right here, as I said, it really ticked me off. So this woman, I want you all to watch. This woman was followed home by this man, okay? She literally got followed home.
You know, Lacey?
We can't answer the door right now, but if you'd like to leave a message, you can do it now.
It's not my mom. Lacey! Huh? This guy's following me, Lacey. Who is he? I don't know. He's been following me since. JR!
Push, what up?
He's been following me since I've been calling you.
JR, just coming out.
Okay.
Call the police.
police in this car? No, he's been following me since 60 seconds. Call the police. I tried not to finish, so I just kept coursing the street back and forth. I didn't hear the phone. I thought I was running. He was gonna like grab me. So, hi, I'm on 6214 Ahmadiyyah Road. Hello.
First of all, I don't know why they're calling the police. I don't know why they're calling the police because that man's gone by now. And here's the thing to tick me off. Now, the guy that came out talking about what's up, he didn't even do anything. I would have grabbed him in a whole headlock and made him stay right there till the police showed up. Okay, I would have held him right there. I would have made a citizen's arrest. Held him in a headlock till the police got there. Because where do you think you're going? You just followed her all the way home. And then coming up the steps and they just let him walk away. No, you're not walking away today. He came outside talking about what's up and then didn't do anything. What was the point? What was the point? See, that's why y'all think I be playing, but that's why I keep Mr. Smith and Mr. Weston. Okay? Follow me home if you want to. All right, that's all I'm saying. Follow me home if you want to. He got the right one. Now let's go to this video because this right here was just a hot mess too.
Groves Police Department can't walk while black in Groves. Groves Police Department can't walk while black in Groves. Can't walk being black in Groves. Can't walk being black in Groves.
Here it is. That's the violation.
Can't walk while being black in Groves.
That is not true. I'm showing you the traffic
Can't
violation.
walk while being black in Groves.
She was not walking on this side of the road.
What does it matter?
It's a traffic violation.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's in the traffic code. I'm showing you, sir.
It's not a traffic violation.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Can't walk while being black in Groves. They don't like black people in Groves. Are you detained? Oh, she's detained for being black and walking in Groves.
She was walking on the wrong side of the road. We're trying to tell you guys.
Walking while black in Groves. I don't care. Give her a ticket. It ain't gonna stick. Walking while black in Groves. Walking while black in Groves. Yep. Walking while black in Groves. They don't like black people. He's white. He's good. Go ahead, white man. I am. I'm on the right side. Walking while black in Groves. This is ridiculous. Nothing better to do. Oh yeah, you got to do everything they say to do because you're black. You can't have an opinion. You don't get an opinion because you're black. Groves Police Department can't walk while black in Groves. Groves Police Department can't walk while.
So with that all being said, the woman was looking for her dog. The woman was looking for her dog. Now, she may have been walking on the wrong side of the street, but I'm sorry, how often do they give out tickets for that? How often do they cite traffic infractions for that reason? Okay? They were just harassing that poor woman. She's walking out there looking for her dog. Then she's coming and trying to show the guy that this is a traffic violation. Sit down somewhere. That is one of the least tickets that you're going to ever get in life, okay? But they'll find any reason sometimes to give it to somebody who looks like me. Pay attention. All right, yes, that was petty as heck. Just so ridiculous, okay? What's the point? What is the actual point, okay? I want y'all to pay attention. Anyway, with that all being said, I'm about to conclude this broadcast. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, for those of you, Ancient Windsign said, thank you for the membership, Queen. Oh, don't thank me, beloved. That was Nicole that gifted the memberships. Thank you again, Nicole, for sharing. Okay, that was Nicole, beloved. But thank you for getting a membership. Now, with that all being said, listen, I love you all to life. I hope you all enjoy the rest of this day. I will be back at about 6 o'clock. So you all make sure you tune in. Okay, I'll be back at 6. We got to talk about Trump and any other trending news that's popping. All right, so until next time, beloveds, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Until next time, I will talk to you all again soon. Peace.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got